All right, welcome back to the fifth episode of Black Swan System. I'm glad to have you all back here. Today, we're going to talk about leading with value, how to connect, especially with guys, by leading with value. What can you provide, for example, during events or for other business opportunities for other guys to keep noticing you? And then for you to be invited to their events, to their stuff, or even make business with those guys. So there are a few key things that we need to talk about. It's a big part of networking, and we will dive right into it together with my co-host, Ans. So let's jump right into it. So Ans, tell me, you were able to connect in Munich with one of the leads, I mean like top lead guys here in Munich when it comes to fashion shows, events, charity galas, so on and so forth. And he was a big leverage for us. He became a very good friend. How did you actually go about it?
If you want to meet a guy who's resourceful,
Yeah.
who is rich, who has like a lot to do, right? What other guys do is like they reach out to you on LinkedIn or Instagram and they start asking you for shit. Hey man, can you help me with this? Bro, like he doesn't even know you. He doesn't give a shit about it. Okay. So what I like to do if I want to meet a guy, either like, now I can invite him to other experiences, we have like everything set together. So meeting guys is like super easy now, right? Because we have these things together, right? But let's say if you're starting from scratch, what you can do is like you can give them your knowledge, your skills, or at the very least your time. So the example that you are referring to, in this case, I was just volunteering. Okay.
Yeah.
I was not a videographer. I was not a photographer. I just had this exact phone at the time as well. Right. What I did is like I was doing research in my city in Munich. What I found, okay, like this person is doing a new opening event for one of the gyms. It's like a new concept. Did it work? I don't know. But like they were doing this interesting concept, bringing the club into the like a gym.
Yeah.
Right? They instead of alcohol, they had like energy drinks, that kind of thing. And what I found is very interesting. I reached out to their events page. I'm like, hey, I would love to help you out to do videography. Was I a videographer? No fucking clue. I didn't even know. I'm like, I just have my phone. It's like, okay, do you have a video camera? I'm like, no, I just have my phone. But like, I would like to help you guys. Okay. Imagine this, right, Max, right? If a person comes to us, hey, I would like to make a video for you for free, would we say no?
No, actually, no.
Unless we have 10 videographers, which is never the case. Videographers are always expensive. So we would always say yes to more videographers. They have nothing to lose, right? I got to be part of that event, right? I met some cool girls.
Yeah.
Some of them we are still even friends with. So I met this person there the first time, and then I'm like, hey man, like I would like to help you out. He's like, hey, just like how would you like to help? I'm like, I would like to do some videos, and then I will like do some after video for you. Had basically no skills. Like I'm not a videographer, not a video editor. I like did like a small $20 course from CapCut. I didn't even know color grading at the time. Okay, I will do something. I will just provide value. As the event was happening, I was taking videos, taking photos. I did not even have a like a proper ring light with me or like a video light with me. I had like a power bank with a big ass light, and I used it. It worked phenomenal. At the end, I posted an after video, and like they fucking reshared. Everyone reshared who was in that video, and I made some initial connections there.
Yeah.
And not only I recorded the videos, but I stayed there until they closed everything. I'm like, okay, for me, it's important to build connection. What I did is like, because like, they were growing at the time, they needed some help with moving boxes, things like that. So I just gave my time. And remember, like it's not like I need money from them, right? I needed to build connection with them. So I'm like, hey, I will help you to move boxes. Who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
So a guy comes to you, he's like, helping you do the video. He's like, hey, I will move boxes for you. I will do like, like labor work for you without asking for anything.
No.
How would you feel? Wouldn't feel like, hey man, like I owe this guy something.
Yeah, it would feel a little bit suspicious. I mean, does he have a boring life? Why is he asking? But most probably, of course, he maybe wants to connect with me, maybe wants to get in touch with me. Guys like that, they're not stupid, but of course, they won't say no to some free help, right?
It's all about how you come across, right?
Yeah.
So, but like you have to come across, okay, that you don't have an agenda. And then I saw, okay, we have good connection. He was happy with the video that I posted, didn't ask for anything in return.
Yeah.
And then I see that he has a big fashion event coming in like 2 weeks from that place. Hey man, can I bring some people with me? He's like, yeah, sure. Like send me over. I got 10 people. From 10, we had like 20, 50. And at the end, he gave me a guest list for the biggest fashion show in my city for 100 people. That was like a banger. That changed everything for me. And then we were able to do that big fashion show. Was like a biggest one in Munich, and I was able to connect with you there, right? and with other guys, and like, so many other models that we are still
Yeah.
girls, with connected to, and that elevated my status very, very quickly. And other stories, like, there are similar stories, like, we going to a supercar event and then helping them with video content or just giving our time. Over there, we made some good connections.
When I started out and we got connected to each other, I was more the content type of guy. So my biggest leverage was creating content. So I didn't do much of the networking, but everywhere where I was, I helped out the most with editing the videos, creating sick ass after movies, so on and so forth. I always could lead with content. So my strength was the part of the work that happened after the event, providing people with content that they can then share. And what then happened, you connected me with a guy who was a party and event host here in Munich, which happened to be a friend of that guy you were talking about. So they're working always close together. And he has his own party series, all right, that happened like 1 month after that fashion show approximately, or 2 months after. And he wanted to have a photographer there, a videographer to record this event. And I came there, I think the third or fourth time that I did club photography and club videography. And I was kind of new to that field. I never did like a full blown club after movie. So I had to watch some courses on that, get some help with that, with some guys I know in the field who helped me out with that, with some things to keep in mind, things to look out for during the club, because there's some things you have to look out for when you're in the club, and there's always that chaos around you, how you frame things in your camera, how you shoot, and how you connect with people. It's an art, but you can master it. It's quite easy. And I was there. Everyone was so nice to me because as a photographer, I'm part of the team somewhere. So I do have some initial status. And then I got drunk very, very fast. And then I was like in the zone, and I was doing like sick photos, and I cut for him like sick videos, and I was so down. It was a great party. Even though it was raining, everyone was in a great mood. And the 2 videos that I edited for him, he was so blown away by them. It was so good. He posted them. He got so much reach. And then I saw, hey, damn, this makes a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun doing this. And then let's reach out to some other club owners and try to connect with them that way. And then I did some other after events movies, some other club photography here and there, got connected mostly to those guys through other event hosts or by you with all the people that we met throughout the course of the year. And I think it all peaked when we had I think it was in November or December last year, when we were in that one club, which is called...
It's not. It's like the club is even gone. Holy club.
Yeah, Holy Club. Yeah,
It's not even. It's even gone.
yeah, it's gone, unfortunately, here in Munich. But that night, like, that changed everything, because I think it was the first time where we both were in the club, surrounded by girls, not only being surrounded by girls, but so many jealous guys looking at us like in envy, like what the fuck is happening? Because that one guy asked me to do photos and videos for his club, and in return, he offered us, without us asking him, he offered us a table with some drinks for us, just to leave some tip there at the end, which is quite normal. And then that's it. And we came to the club, had a sick ass table. We had a lot of beautiful girls with us. We were having a lot of fun. People were getting drunk. We were dancing around. I mean, we were making out with girls, pulling them here and there. There was chaos involved. We were doing photos. And I remember so many girls were looking at us and being so jealous. So this was one night where it for me clicked as well, where, hey, damn, this status thing, it kind of works.
Yeah, that was a wild fucking night. I remember that. So I mean, we talked about 2 different strategies, right?
Yeah.
So I'm kind of the person who likes to, either like give my time to someone, or like, connect person like you with the other person, right? So who are doing different things.
Yeah.
So that's my strength. Either like giving my time, or like solving a problem of theirs,
Yeah.
or like connecting with other person, right? Like your approach is like actually providing value, right? Okay, giving them content, things like that, right? So essentially, I would say these are like 3 different ways you can then provide value: content creation, connecting, giving your expertise, your time, or your knowledge. So these are very good ways to provide value.
And then you will notice when you provide guys with value, they will be thankful for that, because they will feel, hey, I have to give that guy something back. So be it either like guest list for my event or something else, or offering you money the next time, because we were connecting last year with another club event host here in Munich. Currently, he's doing big stuff. So we were yesterday at one of his big events in the mountains here in Munich with great shows, and he has a good reputation right now here in Munich.
We did the Pizzeria influencer event.
Yeah.
He saw the videos, he felt FOMO. And then he's like, hey, Ans, let's meet up. I'm interested in what you guys are doing, right? I had coffee with him, and then he told me a few ideas. He's like, well, I'm starting this new event series in Munich. Afterward, things like that. I went to his event, and like afterward, we're getting comps. He's giving us free drinks and free tables. That's how it started.
Yeah, all right. And then we were providing him always with photography and videography.
Yeah.
So,
bringing influencers, kind of thing. This is what happened.
Yeah, I'm bringing girls. We were pretty much visiting his events almost weekly over the course of the year.
Yeah.
And he slowly transitioned to bigger clubs. So he was for a certain period of time, just Wednesdays in one of the well-known clubs here in Munich. And he slowly transitioned to other clubs. And then now he's like throwing his parties every Saturday in one of the biggest known clubs here in Munich.
Like, let's say if you had Max, like if you want to meet a very famous guy that you want to, like do business with, right?
Oh.
Another thing you can do now is like you have your own events, right? What you can do is like you can invite to one of your parties that you're going to, right? Or you can invite that person to your same club, right? So I think it makes sense to connect with the guys. Like once you have the things together, if you have a couple girls here, that you're cool with, and like no guy's gonna say no to that. Hey man, like I'm going out with a couple female friends to this club. Would you like to join me? The guy has to be fucking like gay to say no to that, right? If you want to connect with a guy who is, has well resources, things like that. If you're a lawyer, you're looking for more clients, or if you're a guy in real estate, it's a very good thing to be able to connect with guys. Once you have the things put together, it's like you are getting free table, and then you invite a guy on top to, leverage, do business networking with that. That's, I think also, there's so many ways you can leverage things together. Another thing that comes to my mind, when I was getting started, right, I did not know anyone in my city. I was like, I just had my phone, and I was like reaching out to club promoters. I had like found ways to find, I went to clubs and, seeing who was the event manager. I was writing them on Instagram. I think I wrote to 20. Hey, I will like take free videos for you, in your next event, things like that. And like, I think 3 of them said yes. And one of them was okay. And it was like a club here in Munich called Film Casino. Like I went there, I did like video from him, and like he was amazed. He's like, okay, what the fuck is he going to do with this small phone camera? But I put it like the whole night. I edited like a 15-second video, and like he was blown away. He's like, yeah, bro, this is fucking good. Can't imagine, because like you cannot tell this was shot from a phone. It was actually very good. I added the effects, matched the tune, found like a very banger video as well. That was also like my first time on like a VIP stage in a club before, because I was not a club person before. That happened. Like I approached to him.
Yeah.
This was my first time in a VIP. I'm like,
Were you there alone or with some girls?
I was alone.
You were alone.
This is because like I didn't know anyone. This was back in February last year.
Yeah. And you were the entire night alone in the club.
I mean, no, I was connecting with the guy.
Yeah.
Right. I was there to take videos. So of course I met other friends, like some other girls, things like that. But I was there to just take videos, right?
Yeah.
And like I met this guy, and like I met 2 other guys, right? I went to Col Medrala to do a video there. I went to another club which is called Bossy now. I did so much for him, but like he did nothing in return. He didn't give me anything.
Yeah.
Right. But now when I go there, I can get free entry, things like that.
Yeah.
But like you have to expect, that let's say you provide value to 10 people.
Yeah.
7 out of 10 times it's going to work well for you. But 3 times people just like, it's not enough for them.
Yeah.
Right. So maybe like, what I was providing him is like not that valuable for him.
Yeah.
But this is what I noticed, right?
Yeah.
So it's like you give value to people and then you forget.
Yeah.
But in a later point in time, it's going to give you back.
Not everyone is eligible to give you something back in return, right? But you can always use that as leverage in the future, like you mentioned. You can always go back to him. Hey, is it possible for me to get guest list for a few people that night in your club? And then he is more likely to respond to you by saying, hey, yes, no problem, because he already knows you. He knows what you have done in the past for him. And of course, people are busy. Not everyone will instantly think about you when they have something going on to invite you the next time for their event, right?
There's 3 ways to provide value to people, to network with them. Either you create content for them, which is what your strength is, right? or if you have knowledge in specific space, just help them solve a problem for them. Third is like help them connect with person A to person B. That's very valuable. And fourth is like just give them your time. So these are a couple of ways
Yeah.
that we have utilized in our personal lives
Yeah.
very well, and they work pretty nice as well.
Yeah.
And like good things are bound to happen.
And of course, if you provide people with value, specifically with photos or videography, make sure that you keep that content and make sure that you post that content on your profile, because nobody will say, hey, please don't post that. It never happened before. And you can always, if you, for example, cut short after movies for the club, even without asking to shoot them, if you're just in the club and you cut a quick after movie for the club, they will notice that somehow. So it happened to me before that they notice that, they repost that, and then you get attraction through that. And if you have all that content on your profile, people will see that what you're doing, and they will see the value that you can provide them. You have all those examples on your profile. So make sure everything that you do, especially with content, that you have your profile where you can where you're able to post that.
People reciprocate, when you do good things for them.
There's no magic behind that, right? So if you want to provide someone with value, there are no big secrets in that. So like An said, you have to give them your time with content. You have to give them something that they don't have right now and don't have so much expectations, and let's see what happens then from there from the future. And we just shared our experiences right now, what we were able to accomplish together, what Ans were able to accomplish with his strengths, what I was able to accomplish with my strengths. And it's just, of course, work that you have to put in, but I can definitely say that it's worth.
Definitely, man.
Thank you guys for tuning into this episode. It was a short one, but I hope you got a lot of value out from this. And if you want to dive deeper into this, if you want a specific structure on how to find certain locations, how to find specific guys in your area, no matter where you live in the world, how to connect with them, how to provide them with value, and how to make sure that sooner or later you get something back from them, then just hit the link in the description, book a call either with Ants or with me, and then we will have a look at your situation, where you are, where you want to go, and help you build a 10 out of 10 social circle. So see you in the next episode.
Let's go.